Hope you all had a great day. We are streaming live once again on the Start Your Marriage Rights Academy YouTube page. My name is Chinelo Ezadikwa. I am a practitioner of family systems engineering and the lead coach at Heartfelt Consult. Tonight, we'll be discussing 5 essential family systems every couple should have. These 5 systems are the governance system, the economic system, the communication system, the domestic management system, and the human resource development system. There's a quote by Michael Gerber that I absolutely love. He says, systems permit ordinary people to achieve extraordinary results predictably. What he's saying is that you can actually predict the results you will get if you intentionally create systems. From my experience working with couples, I have seen how overwhelming it can be when people constantly make decisions on the go. That's why it's important for couples to discuss early in their relationship how they want to create the kind of results they desire. Another quote I love by Peter Drucker says, the best way to predict the future is to create it. That is the heart of our conversation today. Building the systems that create the marriage and family life you envision. So, now, what is a system? A system is a collection of organized parts that work together to form a whole. Each part is independent, but they all relate to one another. When you get married, you quickly notice how busy life becomes. Things get complicated right after the honeymoon. Before marriage, you probably had lots of time to hang out, but afterwards, responsibilities start showing up: children, career, demands, financial needs, and more. It's not uncommon for couples to feel overwhelmed, and if they don't understand the source of their stress, they can begin taking out their frustrations on each other. This can strain the marriage. That is why, at the beginning of your marriage, it's essential to create flexible systems that support both of you. When we talk about co-creating family systems, we're essentially talking about developing an agreed code of conduct. Both partners deciding these are the acceptable behaviors, structures, and patterns we want in our home. At Start Your Marriage Rights Academy, we've created templates with guiding questions for each system to help couples have meaningful, structured conversations. The first system we'll be discussing tonight is the governing system. Like we say in management, everything rises and falls on leadership, and that includes marriage. Here are key conversations to have when designing your family governance system. One, your leadership style. What leadership style will we adopt at home? Are we going to be authoritarian or more democratic? Two, your family manifesto. What is our family vision? What are our values? What will be our mission statement? Three, decision making process. How will decisions be made in this home? What is the final decision making process? Roles and four, roles and responsibilities. Who will be responsible for what and why? Which tasks do we want to outsource? If outsourcing, for how long? Is it seasonal or need based? Five, family meetings. There is no government or organizations that operate without meetings. So you need to discuss how often will, will we hold family meetings, monthly, quarterly, who can call for an emergency meeting when needed. Six, family coach. Do we need a family coach or mentor? Why do we need one? For how long? We usually recommend 6 to 12 months of mentoring after marriage preparation so couples can receive guidance as they adjust to real life experiences. Seven, family motto. What will be our family mantra? Something that captures our shared values and vision. All of these elements make up your family governance system. Before I move to the next system, please let me know in the chat, how is this landing for you so far? Are you finding it helpful? The second system we'll be discussing tonight is the family economic system. Robert Kiyosaki once said, money is not the most important thing, but it affects everything that is important. And that is absolutely true. Money influences your lifestyle, the school your children attend, where you live, how you pursue your goals, and even how you maximize your potential. Because you and your partner are coming from two different families with different money habits, patterns, and beliefs. Your approach to money will also be different. This is why your family economic system is one of the most important conversations you must have. It's not just about earning money, it's about managing it well. In my work with couples and even from personal experience, I have found that money challenges are one of the most common issues couples face. Starting this conversation early is one of the best ways to experience peace, growth, and happiness in your marriage. Let's explore the essential economic system. One, you must first determine your financial standing as a family. This begins with identifying your net worth, the total value of your assets minus your liabilities. Once you know where you are, you can begin to project where you want to be. Next is your revenue plan. What are your income projections for the next 1 to 2 years? Will your financial plan cover 1 year, 2 years, or 5 years? How money will be structured and managed? Will you have joint accounts or separate accounts? Will you operate a savings account, an investment account, an expense account, or a project account? There is no correct system. The best system is the one that works for both of you. However, one non negotiable principle I strongly recommend is trust and transparency. When you both understand how money flows, you can make clearer, healthier decisions. You also need to discuss how will each partner contribute. Will it be percentage based contributions, responsibility based contributions, or income capacity contributions? Will one partner handle day to day expenses while the other handles long term projects or investments? And remember, any system you create can be adjusted. You are free to tweak, change, or redesign it as you grow. The goal is to support your home, not to limit it. Then the third one is family expense management. This answers questions such as who pays the bills? Which accounts would the bills be paid from? Who funds that account? Who manages it? For investment accounts, Who is in charge? Someone with skill or competence. Will major investment decisions require consultation? Who gives final approval? Understanding these dynamics eliminates confusion and reduces financial tension. The fourth, a family budgeting system. What type of budget will your family adopt? Balanced budget, surplus budget, or deficit budget? To design a realistic budget, start by listing all family needs. Track expenses for 1 to 2 months and use that data to create a template. Review periodically and adjust as necessary. The fifth is family earning power optimization. As your family grows, your expenses will also grow. Pregnancy, childcare, school fees, lifestyle changes, etc. If income stays the same while the expenses rise, the family will struggle. So discuss how can we increase our earning capacity? What skills are underutilized? Are there partnerships we can explore? Are there investments we can make? Do we need to upgrade our skills or switch careers? Sometimes earning more requires courage, like changing jobs, going for training, or reviving dormant talents such as writing, speaking, or consulting. Your earning power must evolve with your family needs. The sixth, family benevolence charter. This system defines how your family gives to others. What percentage of your income goes to charity or support? What is your monthly or yearly giving threshold? Remember, money is emotional, and giving without boundaries leads to resentment. A benevolence charter sets healthy limits and guides you whenever financial requests come your way. The seventh one, family finance advisory team. No matter how smart you are, you do not know everything about money. You may be strong in budgeting but weak in investment, or vice versa. So decide, do we need a coach, a mentor, a financial advisor, an accountability partner? Some of these will require payments, others may come at no cost. The important thing is that you are not navigating finances alone. Then the eighth one, family money motto. This is your guiding philosophy about money, your shared principle. Examples are one, we save before we spend. Two, we save, we invest, then we spend. Then three, we consult before major spending, or we do not spend emotionally. This motto helps you make wise decisions consciously and unconsciously. You can now begin to discuss and co-create your economic system using these components. You may add to it or adjust it, whatever matters. What matters most is that the, the conversation happens. It may not always be an easy conversation, but it will be one of the most important ones you ever have, and it will benefit your marriage greatly. Let me know in the chat, what are your aha moments so far? The next is co-creating your family communication system. If there is one aspect of marriage that can never be overemphasized, one you can hardly talk about too much, it is communication. Two people with completely different upbringing, personalities, and life experiences are coming together to build a home. And the glue that holds all of that together is communication. When developing your family communication system, the ultimate goal is to create an acceptable code of communication in your home. So you're going to start with your family perceptual code. How do you perceive yourselves as a family? Because how you see yourselves will influence how you speak to each other. If you see yourselves as royalty, ambassadors, or a kingdom family, there is a way royalty speaks and a way royalty is addressed. Your perceptual code sets the tone for the respect, warmth, and dignity with which you communicate. The second is choose your communication style. What style of communication will be embraced in your home? How does your partner speak? Does their style build you or tear you down? These conversations help you jointly decide this is the style of communication we adopt in our home. And both partners understand clearly what that looks like in practice. Then, three, define your language standards. Language shapes love, connection, and resilience. So, what kind of language is acceptable in our home? What words or tones are off limits? How do we speak during disagreements? What is the acceptable noise level in our home during conversations, music, or play? These small things matter because misunderstandings often come from assumptions about normal behavior. Then the fourth one is establish communication repair strategies. Communication will not always go smoothly. So, what cues or signals will you use when you feel triggered? When a conversation is escalating, what should your partner do? When communication breaks down, what does repair look like for each of you? This prevents prolonged tension and emotional buildup. And the fifth one is agree on review days. Beyond daily conversations, you need structured moments to evaluate your relationship. Will your review days be monthly, bi weekly, or quarterly? And what are the rules for review days? For example, no arguing, no interrupting, no defending or justifying, just listening. Each partner shares wins, misses, and lessons. Structured reviews maintain emotional hygiene in the relationship. Then the sixth one is create appreciation days. It's not only about correcting what isn't working. How will you celebrate progress? How will you appreciate your partner for effort, growth, or simple acts of kindness? You can decide to have appreciation check-ins weekly or monthly. Then the seventh one, define your conflict resolution approach. When disagreements arise, what steps will you take to resolve them? How long do you allow issues to linger? When do you pause a conversation? When do you invite a mediator? Clarity reduces recurring conflict patterns. Then the eighth one, develop your communication promise. That is your motto. This is a guiding principle you both commit to. For example, we will speak with love and respect no matter what. We do not raise our voices in this home. We pause before responding. This promise becomes your anchor during heated moments. So when you intentionally co-create your communication system, you address things many couples overlook. And remember, communication is the life wire of every relationship. If you get communication right, you create an environment of safety, understanding, and deep connection. What's coming up for you? Share your thoughts in the chat. The next area is co creating your family human resource development system. The day you stop learning is the day your relationship stops growing. Continuous development isn't optional, it's a core skill every couple needs. This is why building a human resource development system is essential for the long term health of your marriage. Below are the key conversations you need to have as you co create this system. One is your family resourcefulness code. Start by asking, what core areas do we want our family to be competent and resourceful in? This should be shaped by your family vision and your family perceptual code. For instance, if you perceive yourselves as ambassadors, then cultural intelligence, intellectual depth, and emotional maturity become non negotiable. Ambassadors understand cultures, systems, and people they represent well. These insights guide the competencies you want your family to develop. Then the second one is your family learning culture. Based on your vision and resourcefulness code, what will be the learning culture in your home? How often will you learn something new? How will you structure your family learning curriculum? Will your curriculum be seasonal? For example, in the early years of marriage, you may focus on integration, emotional awareness, and building unity. Before having children, you may begin studying parenting. If you hope to build a family business, your curriculum may include wealth creation, financial literacy, and business strategy. Your curriculum should reflect your family needs, your interests, and the capacities you want to build. Also ask yourselves, what do we want to be known for? What problem should people think of us for? Your learning culture becomes the foundation for becoming that kind of family. Also discuss how learning will happen. Monthly learning moments, taking online courses, workshops, reading books, mentorship, or coaching. Then the third one, your family education code. Before children arrive, begin discussing what kind of schools will they attend, what criteria matter most. Is it academic rigor, values, creativity, cultural intelligence, or aesthetics? What minimum qualifications should domestic staff or lesson teachers have? Remember, anyone involved in your home will influence your children. Also, talk about how you will monitor children's traditional and digital learning. The family's healthy digital culture, how to detox from screens, who will track academic performance and overall development. Digital culture begins with you. So your home must model balance. Then the fourth one is your personal improvement charter. Marriage should not pause your development. So you need to discuss what career paths do you want to excel in. Your 3 year or 5 year career roadmap. What is it? Milestones you plan to reach, skills you need to develop, your business growth plan if you're an entrepreneur. So if long-term planning feels overwhelming, begin with 1 year plan. The important thing is to avoid stagnation. Growth must remain intentional. Then the fifth one, your human development motto. This is your guiding principle for learning and self-development as a family. Examples include we are a family of lifelong learners, or learn, unlearn, relearn, or in this family, growth is a commitment. Choose a motto that genuinely resonates with both of you and reflects the future you're building. These conversations help you create a family education and human system that expands your capacity, strengthens your character, and supports the dreams you want to pursue individually and together. So, what new insights are coming up for you? Please share them in the chat. Then, lastly, we move into co creating your family domestic management system. Have you ever visited a home where you immediately felt joy, warmth, and excitement? Not just because of the conversations, but because of the colors, the arrangements, the ambience, and the overall energy of the space. Or have you stepped into a home and wondered, are people really living here? Perhaps you grew up in an environment in an environment you truly loved, one that felt warm, serene, and tranquil. Or maybe you grew up in a place that made you silently vow, "I will never raise my children in a home like this." Whatever you experience, one thing is true: our environments shape us. So this system helps you and your partner agree on practical and effective strategies for creating and maintaining an orderly, beautiful, and welcoming home. It helps you build a flexible pantry restocking pattern that makes home management efficient and stress-free. Your home's ambience, aura, and energy influence your peace, productivity, and habits. Your home should be a heaven, a place you look forward to returning to, reconnecting, and thriving with your loved ones. So, the big question is, what kind of home do you want to build together? And what systems will support that dream? So the first one is the home vibe code. There are guiding questions and discussion points that help you capture the essence of your desired home environment. What kind of experience do you want your home to give you and your guests? How do you want to feel when you walk into your home after a long day? What emotions should your home evoke? Peace, joy, motivation, safety, creativity. What essence should your home carry based on your personalities and shared vision? Whatever you envision must be documented and agreed upon. Writing it down increases clarity and makes it attainable. Then the second one is home design. Humans are visually stimulated. What we see affects how we think and feel. So, designing your home should reflect the emotions you want to experience within it. How should your living room, kitchen, bedrooms, and guest rooms look? What items should be placed in each space and why? What do you want people to sense immediately when they enter a room? Your design choices should intentionally stimulate the feelings you desire. Then the third one, home cleanliness and orderliness charter. Agree on your minimum acceptable level of cleanliness, both personal and household. How often will you clean? Weekly, twice a week, daily, deep cleaning monthly. Who will be responsible for each cleaning task? Will you handle cleaning yourself, rotate responsibilities, or hire help? How often will you declutter? What is your dirty laundry policy? How should washed laundry be handled? Ironed, folded, or stored immediately? You may need to assign roles based on skill, strength, time availability, and preferences. The fourth one, home restocking system. This involves planning how you replenish the items you frequently use. So you need to think about how will you track food, provisions, and pantry items. Will you restock weekly, monthly, or quarterly? Which items save you more money when purchased in bulk? Creating a smart restocking rhythm reduces stress and prevents unnecessary shortages. The sixth one, home maintenance system. Everything in your home, from electricals to plumbing to electronics, has a lifespan. So, what needs